What's up guys, my name is Bobby and today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions and first look at the iPhone 13 Pro Max golden brown leather case. So if you've watched any of my videos before in the past, you probably know that I'm a big fan of like high quality leather goods. I usually put them on all my devices and I like trying out different ones. I'm just a really big fan of when a company does a really nice, good leather product that will age and patina over time and just generally looks a lot better as it ages. So for me, I always like to pick up the Apple case. Last year, this was probably my case of choice. Last year's version of Apple's leather case was actually called Saddle Brown, and this one was actually a little bit darker of a leather initially. It did get dark across the entire case, and then it started to kind of get into this next territory of being super dark, but it didn't quite have enough time to get that way completely across. So this case ends up looking much better when the whole thing is at that particular color. But right now it's kind of in this awkward in-between phase where it kind of looks crappy. Another thing too to note is pretty early on it actually ripped right here. So as far as like quality of cases go, it's not going to be as nice as something like the Nomad rugged case, which I have right here. This one darkened really well as well. I do plan to pick up the Nomad one for the iPhone 13, but basically I wanted to go ahead and pick up their new golden brown. And taking a look at it, this does not look brown to me at all. I'm honestly pretty disappointed with the color of this. So this looks like super orange. I hope that's coming across on camera. I'm not really like an orange kind of guy. I guess it's technically like a very orangey brown, but you know, is what it is, I guess. I don't know if I'll even be keeping this one, to be honest, because I'm not really a fan. It's kind of a bummer because, you know, brown is just like such a classic leather case. This is, you know, obviously a really used one as opposed to like a brand new of this new color variation. So I'll try to put up on screen what this case looked like last year so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, the progression, and then also just comparing last year's case to this year's case. But yeah, as far as like, you know, case functionality goes, it does have the volume rockers. It has a nice little cutout for the vibrate. It's gonna have your power button. It also right down here has cutouts for the speakers and your your lightning port. You do get that little magnet ring in the back that's usable from MagSafe, which is really nice. And then you also get a kind of elevated camera bump this year. So if you look at the one from last year, it doesn't stick up at all. Whereas this year, they actually provided some protection since the camera bump on the 13 Pros is so much bigger than it was last year. Now, this has created some problems and some controversy, which I'll touch on in a moment. But as far as my phone goes, it looks like it has finally finished kind of getting my initial settings over. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it in the case for the first time. Boom, see, it had that golden brown coloring. You know, that actually doesn't look too bad, but as far as color choices, still not my personal preference. But there we go. And now it's gonna start giving me all the messages since that's technically the first time I've opened up this phone since. But yeah, that's going to be the golden brown colorway from Apple in their new leather case. It still does feel really good. And overall, not bad at all. Also, another thing to note, the 12 Pro Max cases will still work the 13s will work on a 12 Pro Max Pro, but the vice versa will not work. So just so you're aware, since that camera bump is bigger, you're not going to be able to use your 12 Pro Max case with the 13 Pro. But if you have a 12 Pro Max and you're looking to, you know, get a new case and you see one of the 13 Pro Max cases that you like, that will work for your phone. Now, as far as like MagSafe accessories, as you can hear, connected perfectly, nice and secure. Let's check out the Apple battery. Boom. Also fits good. Now, one of the most kind of controversial things that I've seen people talk about is because the camera bump is lower down and so much bigger, apparently people were having trouble using it with the MagSafe Duo charger. Now this is Apple's little travel kind of MagSafe dual functionality style charger. And this guy, when you set it down, okay, so I guess it must have been just with the regular 12 Pros. Because if you look at the 12 Pro Max, it is right up to the lip right there, but there's no issue. So it must have been with just the regular 12 or 13 Pro. Sorry, I keep saying 12. It's gonna happen to me for a while, I'm sure. But yeah, so like if you look at the way the regular, oops, of course I did it on the wrong side. Jesus. So where the MagSafe Duo sits on the regular 12 Pro, if you imagine that camera bump being even bigger and coming down, it actually will probably, it causes it to kind of almost sit up at an angle like that because the camera bump is holding it up. As you see, the camera bumps are quite different in size this year. Yeah. Anyway, overall, looks a little better than I thought it would. I'm interested to see how it ages over time and if it gets any darker. I might put a layer of some like Neat's foot oil on it. If you guys know what that is, it's like this stuff you can put on leather that makes it darken a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you checking out the video. And I have a ton more iPhone 13 related content coming. So if you enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back shortly with some more content. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.